Alrighty, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through on this Saturday morning, giving us of your time, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live as well from around the country this morning. We are excited to bring you our DuePoint offering this morning. I've been up since the early wee hours of the morning doing the sports runs this morning. Those of you with kids would know. There's no respect for Saturday mornings if you have children. There is just none. I used to go, I can't even imagine getting up before 8 on a Saturday morning when I was young and ignorant. And since I've had children, that just went out the window. Anyway, as I drove around the city this morning, again, I felt a sense of excitement about what we do at DuePoint because we are bringing to South Africa what the posters around South Africa today are promising but not delivering. We're actually delivering on that promise. And so that gave me a tremendous sense of hope this morning for us, given what we do at DuePoint. At DuePoint, where you're at this morning, we are the foremost wealth creation company in South Africa today. We are bringing wealth solutions to South Africans that politicians can only promise us but can't hope to deliver. And so this morning, firstly, I want you to understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a company that is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That is a public listed 7-decade-old insurance company. So we are not new. You might not have heard of us. The other day, a guy said to me, how can you be 70 years old? I've never heard of you before. Well, you'll understand a little bit better why that is the case. But if you go and look, we are listed and therefore public. We are open to the public with regard to our financials and our company history and our directors and our BE status and all of that, all available to everybody. What you are dealing with here this morning, the presentation you're sitting in this morning, is a homegrown South African company that has been involved in the South African insurance industry for almost as long as it has been around. And so this is not something that's blown in from offshore. You're not going to see a representative here today. You are actually looking at the owner, which is something I'm sure you've never done before in any other presentation. Every other one that's come from China or Russia or America or something has had a local representative who've said, give me your money, and I'll make you rich. Yeah. Today, what we will do, firstly, we won't take your money, and second of all, you will get to be able to see, feel, and touch the entity, the business that you are dealing with here today. Now, having said all of that, we wanted to create a solution for South Africans. And about 5 years ago, we sat down to start formulating that. We wanted to be able to deliver on the promise, as I said, the politicians can't deliver on. We wanted to bring economic change to South Africans. This would affect us as a corporate directly. We needed to keep our sustainability in place, and the only way we were going to do that is if we could sustain our economy. And so we created a solution that we believe brings control back to South Africans with regard to the creation of wealth for them. In South Africa today, no matter who you are, no matter how influential or what title you have or how much you earn, you do not have control over your income today. It is the first of two problems that you have. You need to go to a committee of people to ask them for an increase. How many of you got a more than 3 or 4% increase last year? How many of you got a 10 or 15% increase last year? I would say very few, if not none. That means that every single South African got poorer as we started on the 1st of January this year. Why? Because inflation for us on the ground was closer to 23% last year. We had 7 petrol price increases and a VAT increase. The government can tell us that it was only a 6% inflation last year. I can tell you, and the economists will tell you too, that for you on the ground, prices increased by 23%. Now, I'm a big petrol head. Those of you who've been here a couple of years will know that. So I'm always following the prices of cars. At the moment, I've been following the prices of Porsches. I know it's luxury, but we've got to be able to dream. And I've been following the price of the 4x4 Porsche. You guys have seen it, the Cayenne Porsche. The new one was released at the beginning of this year. My wealthy, older father bought one, but I'm going to dream about it maybe. And I've been following the prices at the beginning of the January this year, which is what, 5 months ago? 5 months ago, you could buy the Cayenne Turbo for around about 2.4 million rand. About 2 months ago, I got back online and I looked at it again. Now it was 2.6 million. There's only 90 days have passed. It's up 200,000 rand. That's a whole car. You can buy a car for 200,000. That was the price increase on the Cayenne Turbo. I did a pricing yesterday, and it's now 2.8 million. So in 5 months, the price has increased by about 500,000 rand. That's 100,000 rand a month. And then they're going to tell us that inflation is 6%. And ladies and gentlemen, inflation is not. And we have a problem. We have a problem. We can't increase our income to follow the increasing pricing. And as I said, you've got two problems. The second problem you have is that you cannot control your expenditure. You always go to these talks about how people tell you you've got to budget correctly, learn how to be self-disciplined. I mean, we've even got a training video on how to reduce your expenditure and increase your income. Now, it's wonderful trying to reduce your expenditure when the prices are fixed. But when the prices of everything are racing up so fast, it doesn't matter how fast you cut your prices down, you can't keep up with it, your expenditure down, you can't keep up with it, then we've got a real problem. And we had this problem 5 years ago already, but South Africans hadn't realized. And even today, when I talk to South Africans, they kind of want to pull away from it. They don't want to admit the financial crisis that we're in. You know, we've only got to look at our neighbors in South Africa to understand what true financial crisis looks like. And when you've got an inflation rate of 23% per annum, guys, we're only a matter of moments away from joining our neighbors with regard to expenditure and income. Jobs are finished in South Africa. They're gone. I don't know if you've realized this. Any one of you who are in the job market will know there are none. So what is the most booming enterprise right now in South Africa? Real estate agents. Why? Because it's not a job. You contract. So everyone's contracting to be a real estate agent. One of our wealth engineers was telling me that in his suburb, Alberton, there's like 1,800 something real estate agents. There are only 1,800 houses in Alberton. That means every house in Alberton has a real estate agent. Okay? Standing outside your house. Folks, we are in crisis. And so we needed to build a solution to solve that. And we needed a proper solution. And we built a solution we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we're going to give you one task. It's not going to be any of the things you've had to do at other presentations. You're not going to be selling. You're not going to be convincing. You're not going to be doing presentations. We're going to ask you to use our technology that we keep cutting edge, bleeding edge for you. Click on your phone and connect South Africans to us through the technology. That's all we ask you to do. If you can tap on your phone, then you can connect South Africans to us. By doing that, you, of course, expand our platform of distribution into which we can come, sell our products, and create greater revenue. From that greater revenue, we're able to create wealth for you in the form of an extra recurring income for you. You see, we're not in the business of cash in transit here. Every other presentation that you've been to, you've been asked to sell something. Sell the pots and pans. Sell these new toiletries from China or Thailand. Sell these new cryptocurrencies from America or Russia. Sell these new milkshakes, pills, energy drinks, cleaning agents. You've always had to sell something. And what happens is when you sell it, you get cash in the transaction. That's it. Then next month you need to run to your friends and beg them to buy again in order for you to get the cash again. That cash disappears as fast as it arrives. I've had South Africans come through here with tens of thousands over the years. They come to me and they show me WhatsApps and I say, but Brendan, if I sell these things at this rate, they'll give me a 50,000 Rand check. And I say, well, I'll give you a 50,000 Rand check. Let's see how long it lasts in your hands. It's Saturday morning. I think by Monday morning the 50,000 would be gone, wouldn't it? Because cash in transit does not change circumstances. It is not wealth. If we were to be rich from cash, many of you wouldn't be here this morning, and even more of you would not be watching us live today because you'd be rich. You'd be rich. But unfortunately, cash does not create wealth. What creates wealth is a recurring income that comes in every month, no matter what you are doing in that month. You might be sick or healthy. You might be overworked or on holiday. You're not ready always to be running around begging people to pay again and to buy these things in order for you to get cash. What you need is wealth, which is an income that comes in every month, no matter what you're doing. We built that here at DuePoint off of our financial services products. Why? Because they run on debit orders, and those debit orders are computer run. So they run automatically every day of the year, no matter what day it is, and your income flows in every month without you going back to beg people to do it, automatically every month. Now, that starts to change your circumstances. So it might not be 50,000 Rand that you get, but it might be 2,500 Rand every month. Now, 2,500 rand every month is something that starts to change your circumstances. A little bit of 2.5. That's the school fees paid. That's medical paid. That's groceries paid every month that it's coming in. And when you're working and you can't do anything, it's still coming in. You have an accident, you get sick and you're lying in hospital, it's still coming in. That is what wealth looks like. Wealth comes with peace of mind, peace of time, and peace of wealth. This is what we're creating here at DuePoint for you. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, we created this system to fit into South Africans' lifestyles. We know that you're all busy. We do know that. South Africans are all busy. We know you don't have time. No South African has time. But you know what the sad reality is? That we are wasting on our time on things that are making us poorer. That is a factual statement. It is not a marketing statement. And you know what the sadder reality is? There's only a small percentage of South Africans that have realized this. Only a small. The rest, I was talking this morning to some of our wealth engineers, are clinging to the past. They're clinging to their jobs. They're clinging to the hope that they get a new job. They cling to it. They will not do this. They will not build anything that creates wealth for them because their belief is in a job that has created poverty for them. How many of you are getting rich off of your jobs right now? No. I've just proven to you that you're all poorer than you were last year because you did not get 23% increases last year. I'm not teasing you. That is the absolute truth. Some of you will say, yes, but I'm highly educated and highly skilled. That's lovely. That's lovely. There are no jobs left for highly educated, highly skilled people in South Africa. Many of my peers who are highly skilled, highly educated, and would be considered wealthy in South Africa have had to leave South Africa because there are no jobs for them. There are no jobs for them. Our economy is in recession. People don't fully understand what recession means. Recession means that this year there are less jobs than there were last year, which had less jobs than there were the year before, which had less jobs than the year before. We have been decreasing the number of jobs in South Africa now for about 5 years in a row. And every year, 375,000 matriculants come into the economy. In the last 4 or 5 years, that means there's nearly 2 million more people looking for the jobs, and there are like 2 million less jobs. What are we going to do? Are we going to cling to the past? What we know is that South Africans have an interesting culture. They're a culture of all sorts of bits and pieces. Because we've got so many people in this country, we've got a really mixed up culture. The first one, as I said, is our automatic and knee-jerk response is, I don't have time. Congratulations, we understand that. You don't have time, you're a South African. Good. Now we're going to have to carve some time out of our day to create wealth. Some of the other things that we like to say is, no. I don't like to talk to people about like this. I'm not a salesperson. I just don't want to get involved in some perfect. You're perfect for DuePoint. We're not going to make you sell anything here. You're absolutely perfect for DuePoint. And other people say, but I don't know anyone. Well, we put an interesting exercise in place on Wednesday. It was the polling day. Everyone was voting. There were queues. 57 million South Africans out, although it wasn't quite that many, but they were out. And we said to our wealth engineers, go and stand in the queues and tell people about wealth creation. And it was the most remarkable day. People who didn't know anyone suddenly had hundreds of people to talk to about wealth. Folks, my exercise for those of you who feel like you don't know anyone is to just walk out the door and you will find 57 million South Africans waiting for you out there in a desperate set of circumstances. But nonetheless, we take all of this into account in the development of our technology. Why? Because we're South Africans. The people who built this business are South Africans. We know your circumstances, and so we built a piece of technology that makes this business absolutely convenient for you. It gives you a business that allows you to leverage others in the creation of your wealth. And we give you the use of this technology absolutely free. We're not going to be taking your money this morning. There's not going to be a starter kit you have to buy. Don't you love starter kits? It's just 4,000 Rand. It's just 5,000 Rand. It's just 2,500. I've been to so many presentations. Come and do the training. If you just pay your 5,000 Rand today, tomorrow you can come to the training. Folks, we're not going to be taking any of your money for training. We're not going to take any of your money for starter kits. There are no application form fees. There are no monthly fees. As a product owner at DuePoint, you are automatically entitled to free use of all of our systems. Our staff, our offices, our everything is available to you for you to use in the construction of wealth for yourselves here. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, because you're not selling, you're not agents, you're not intermediaries, you're not brokers, you're not representatives, we give you one task: just connect South Africans to us. And as a result, everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer, no matter your circumstances or education. Everybody is now in a position where they can build a real asset with us. What's an asset? An asset is something you can price, and it's something that you can sell. Well, these channels of distribution that you will build for us here at DuePoint are your asset. You can price them and sell them in our system. In addition, when you pass away one day, the income that you were earning and had created during your life will automatically pass on to your children. And this asset that you have with us has now become an intergenerational asset. This is very difficult for South Africans to grasp. We do not think about the next generation. We are in survival mode, and so we only think about today. How many wealth engineers have been through this door, started creating an income with us, and walked away because the next shiny thing came along? You know, the next thing from Thailand, the next thing from Bangkok, the next thing from Russia came along, and they went, ooh, I'm going to chase this. And this asset fell away, and then this asset falls away, and this one. They don't think about creating a future. At DuePoint, as far as we know, we're the only company in South Africa that creates an intergenerational asset that can move not only you, but your family into a position of wealth over the generations. This is what you have in the DuePoint system. And we built it in a way that you don't have to sell, you don't have to present, you don't have to carry stock around anymore, no going to pick up groceries of things in Randburg to run around to try and sell to your friends. None of that anymore. All you've got to do is you've got to be able to click your smartphone 3 times. Are you able to click your smartphone 3 times? It sounds like a ridiculously easy task. I think it's why South Africans sometimes walk away from this business. It's like it's just too simple. It could not possibly be creating wealth for me. I need to go and do one of those really difficult businesses where I've got to buy stock and sell stock. Do we cling to the past, or are we going to start moving into a different kind of future? That is what we lay before the feet of South Africans. You'll be surprised at how many will cling to the past because it's safe there. They understand it. Here we ask you to click your phone 3 times. As you connect individuals to us, you will start creating distribution for us. Individuals that you connect to us will connect others using our technology, and our technology will connect them all back to you. People say to me, how do you know? Well, that's where our cutting edge technology comes in place. No more having to call in, no more writing numbers at the top of application forms with the threat of someone scratching them out and changing it, none of that. Our technology instantly connects people that you have connected directly to you. With a platform of distribution, we as DuePoint, not you, we as DuePoint come along and facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel that you have created, and your wealth is born without you selling a single thing. We distribute this wealth to you in 2 ways. Firstly, through our returns program, which pays you £27.50 every month for every product in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment took place. So for instance, you're going to connect a couple of your friends this weekend. It's perfect. Saturday morning is a great time to become a wealth engineer because you've got 48 hours of free time. Those of you who are very busy. You've got all 48 hours to be connecting South Africans to us. As you connect them to us, some of them will take a product and pay for the product, and when they do, you get £27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. Not once. Don't look at it and go, 55 Rand. No, but they told me if I sold the pot, I'd get 450 Rand. Yes, you get the pot payment once. Here, you get 55 Rand every month that product is paid for going forward. It doesn't matter how much someone's promised to pay you for the sale of a goodie. It is never, ever going to equal the value of a recurring, perpetual payment that we create for you here at DuePoint. 55 Rand every month. But you know what else we do for you? Remember, we were solving those 2 problems. The one was you don't have control over your income. We now solve that problem for you. If these individuals take 2 products, you now get 110 Rand. If they take 3 products, you get 165 Rand. If they take 4 products, you get 220 Rand, and so on and so on and so on. As the list of products grows, the higher your income can become with DuePoint off of a single connection. A single connection to DuePoint has almost unlimited wealth creation potential for you. No running back to your friends every month to beg them to buy the groceries again. No, the debit order system raises and your money comes in every single month. Now, these individuals are not going to sit around and do nothing. They're going to connect people. They will have seen this presentation and they'll get out there and click their phones 3 times. and connect individuals to us. And as they do that, again, you get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. Look at this. In this example, and I know it's just an example, you've put a handful of people in. What, 5 people in? And you're now earning 1,000 Rand a month. You've done nothing. And you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year of hobby income, on the side income. Nobody quits their job to do this business. This is a tool. You're going to add it to your life. And you've got $1,000 a month just coming in. And you're connected, in this particular example, 5 people. But maybe you want more than $1,000 a month. I know I would. So put some more effort in. Connect some more people. And as you do, you will continue to earn on every point in your channel on a diminishing basis to the 8th point. But then from the 8th point on, we don't limit your potential. We don't limit it. You see, everything else in life that you've done, everything, there's been a limit. Even those things that made you sell the groceries and the toiletries and the cryptos and all that, there was always a limit. You can earn to here. At DuePoint, we say, no, we're in the business of wealth creation. There's no limit to how much you can earn. From the 8th point on, you always get 4% of 27 Rand 50 as long as you qualify to earn. Now, that means that you can build a channel that's 25 or 26 points big in your lifetime. You can then go and grow it hand it over to your children. They can grow it to 50 or 60 points. They can hand it over to your grandchildren one day. They can grow it to 100 points. Every generation will be able to expand on the asset that's been created by you and be able to earn on every point. There is no ceiling above your head. What you need out of this, some of you might say, but I need to replace my income of 100,000 Rand a month. No problem. That's no problem in our system. Some of you might say, I would like to just earn 5,000 Rand a month. No problem. Our system caters for every single South African of every single income level. It all just boils down to you at the end of the day. How much can you earn? Well, there's 2 ingredients to success at DuePoint. That's it. This is the most simple system in the world. I can guarantee you. I've looked at all the systems. DuePoint is the simplest system in the world. There's two ingredients that you need here. Time and numbers. That means you need to commit to time with us. Now, that's not 50 hours a week. No. It means you need to commit years with us. You may only be able to spend an hour a week on DuePoint. That's fine. But commit the years with us. Again, this is something South Africans can't do. When last did you commit to something and stuck it out for years? You know, January's not that far away. How are those New Year's resolutions going so far? Huh? South Africans are very poor self-discipline. It's one of the things that we're going to learn over time. And generally, self-discipline comes with hardship. You think about how the world changed after World War II. People really got down to business and got self-disciplined after World War II. We may need yet another collapse in South Africa for us to learn self-discipline. How many of you in the 1st of January said, this year, I'm going back to gym? It's happening. I'm going to gym. And since January, you have never missed a session at the gym. Like none of you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this morning you'll be making a new New Year's resolution. Because it is the one ingredient we need for success at DuePoint. You're going to be saying, I will put the years into creating wealth for me. Folks, there's an interesting reality that exists in the whole world. Wealth is never created over time. I mean, when I say wealth is never created instantly is what I meant to say. If you think you're going to be wealthy instantly, I can assure you that that's not going to be the case. All the WhatsApps and all the Facebook things that you get that say you'll be rich in 90 days, it's just an advert to take your money. That's all it is. And you know that. Otherwise, you'd be there now, wealthy, on your yacht in the Mediterranean. If you look at any one of the successful businesses in the world that you know the names of, IBM, Microsoft, all of the big names, even Apple, it took decades before you even knew their name. We, as South Africans, have to learn that nothing's going to come quickly anymore. Shame, I was talking to a lady the other day, about 2 weeks ago, and she was saying, 8th of May, election day, I can't wait. After that day, everything will be different. And I said, why? Why would everything, like on the 9th, she had this expectation that on the 9th, her world would be different. Anybody's world change on the 9th? Or the 10th? Do you think it's going to change today? No. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to commit to time. The second thing that we need to commit to, the second ingredient here at DuePoint is numbers. If you want to make money, you need to connect South Africans. The beautiful thing is there's 57 million of them. And you know that every day there's a whole lot being born in and a whole lot dying off. Somebody asked on our Facebook page the other day, but what happens when you reach saturation point? Here's an interesting fact. You are never in your lifetime going to reach saturation point. Because the people dying and the people being born are outnumbering how many you are connecting to DuePoint every day. you need to connect the numbers. Even if you take many years to do it, those are the two ingredients. And so you can build at any speed you like here at DuePoint, any speed you like. You can put 100 people in a month or one person in a month. But we can predict quite accurately, because we've been around for years and we have the data, what you can expect to earn. So we use an example growth rate that we know fits into your lifestyle. We call it 3 plus 2. And what it says, in your first month with us, you are responsible for connecting 3 people. That's it. Just 3 people. I'll bet you WhatsApped 3 people this morning before you were even properly awake. Okay? You've got to connect 3 people in your entire first month with us for this mathematics to work. And then every month thereafter, you've got to connect just 2 people. Just 2. It doesn't matter how busy you are or think you are. You will find time to connect 2 people with our technology. Remember, you're not going to do a presentation to them. You're going to click that phone 3 times. If you can do that and keep doing it every single month, 2, over the years, then I can quite reasonably and accurately calculate what you can expect to earn. We apply all the actuarial mathematics to it, and we say that after 6 months of you doing basically nothing, 2 people a month. Really, that's not a big ask. You can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 rand a month with us. That's it. Not 90,000, not 100,000, not what those things are that promise you the world on your phones. Real money. Money that comes in not once. Not like you work for 6 months and we give you 2,500 rand. No. You work for 6 months, and every month thereafter, you are now earning 2,500 rand out of our system. That's 30,000 rand a year that you're on after 6 months of connecting just 2 people a month with us. Then, if you can carry on, what about doing it for a year? Nothing special, nothing changes. You just keep connecting 2 people every month. If you can do that, that 2.5 becomes 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. 1 year from now, you could be earning 120,000 rand a year with DuePoint. 1 year. I was digging through some of our statistics last week, and I was looking at people that have got to 10,000 rand in less than 5 months here at DuePoint. Now, they just decided that 2 people a month wasn't enough. They just connected more. And in less than 5 months, they were on 10,000 rand a month. But you don't have time, remember. That's what you told the person this morning or yesterday when they said, come and watch this presentation. You said, I don't have time for this. So I know that. So I'm going to ask you just to do 2 people a month. And if you can do 2, then it's going to take you a year. But what's 1 year if you know that potentially for the rest of your life, you have an additional 10 grand that comes in every single month? What is the time worth to you? What are you clinging to that's making you poorer but you refuse to give up on? What is it? If you can do it for 2 years, the 10 becomes 30. 30,000 rand a month after 24 months with us. I looked in our records, as I said last month, and I wanted to see who'd got to 30 the fastest over all the years that they'd been here. And we found a wealth engineer couple. And you'd be surprised to know who it was. It's not who you think it is, wealth engineers. But there's another couple that got to 30,000 rand a month in 15 months. In 15 months, I got to 30,000 rand a month. But you don't have time for this, remember? And you don't know anyone, and you're not a salesperson, you don't have the personality, and et cetera, et cetera. So you just do 2 a month, and it takes you 24 months to get there. And you're now earning 36,000 rand a month. 36,000. You see, this is not just mathematics. I can, as I've been giving you, I can give you examples of where people have achieved on here, because it's in your hands. What we wanted to do was put you back in control again, and that's what we've done. We put the tool in your hands and we say, go for it. Go for it. And some people are on 10 in 5 months, and some people are on 10 in 36 months. Some people are on 30,000 in 15 months, and some are in 30,000 after 31 months. You see, it's you're the one that's controlling this. There are no bottlenecks or hindrances in our system. Only you. You decide how fast or how slow you will grow your income with us here. If you do it for 3 years, you'll be up to 45,000 rand a month, plus minus. If you can do it for 4 years, it becomes 60. If you can do it for 5 years, it'll be 80 to 100,000 rand a month. That's R1 million a year, guys. You can do it in 5 years. You can. We have had people do it faster. None of this is just pure maths. We've been around long enough now to be able to put examples to the mathematics. How many of you have worked for 5 years and got to R1 million a month? R1 million a year, rather. Not many of you. I would be ventured to say none of you. But most of you will walk out of here today and go, no, I'm going to cling to the past. I was talking to Sue earlier about a lady that was with her a while ago. And I said, what happened to her? No, she got a job. She got a job. And she went, this is safe. I'll be poorer every year, but this is safe. How can getting poorer every year be safe? The days of jobs are numbered, guys. We have to create now a new type of employment. And that is where we are ourselves masters of our own destiny, masters of our wealth creation. And the only business in South Africa that is doing that for the average South African today is DuePoint. It's the only one. I welcome anyone to come and tell me that I'm wrong. I'd love to know, because then I'll find out who that is and we'll make DuePoint better than them too. But no one in all the years that I've been doing this has been able to come to me and say, no, Brendan, there's another company that creates wealth for the average South African. There just isn't. There's lots of these little things that churn. They come and they're here for 6 months and they're gone, or they're here for 12 months and they're gone. They don't create wealth. We have been here year after year after year, tens of thousands of South Africans having changed their economic circumstances through DuePoint, because we create lifetime income with us here. We put examples of people creating income for themselves on stage every month. 1 or 2 or 3 from around the country. This is a nationwide business, guys. Don't think this is just Gauteng. It's not. It's everywhere. And we talk about their stories. We are not ashamed to show you people building income slowly, and we are not ashamed to show you people building income quickly. We show you the whole lot, because some of you are not going to get wealthy overnight, but some of you are. So we show you the whole lot. This last month, we had Peter Klutti up. He's here with us today. He's been with us for 3 years. He's in the real estate market, Remax. He's one of the 1800, but you're not in the Alberton area, hey? No, good. Hey, Boksburg, all right, there's more houses there. But Peter will tell you times are tough. They are tough. You know, when your president stands up and says that we're going to change the constitution, take him property away without money, what do you think happens to the property market when your president says that? The bottom falls out and nobody wants to buy or sell. I mean, that's just a factual statement, you know. Whether the policy's right or wrong, no one's buying. And so real estate agents are in big trouble. So Peter, on the side, work full-time as a real estate agent, on the side, over the last 3 years, has been building his income with us. And over the last 3 years, has earned 72,000 Rand from DuePoint. What would an extra 72,000 Rand have done for you over the last couple of months? What would that have done? How would your debt be looking now? How would your circumstances be looking now? Folks, we had Francina. She'd been with us for about 1.5 years, but for a long period of time, she was stuck in her house. Her husband had passed away. Culturally, she had to stay behind doors, closed doors, and so she was unable to build this business effectively. So really, she's been with us for about 1 year. And being with us for 1 year, in that time, she's created a channel that's worth now about 6,200 bucks a month. That's 72,000 Rand a year. What does an extra 6 grand a month for you do? If you knew you had your job plus 6 grand every month, would circumstances be, no, but this thing says I'll get 50,000 Rand. Yeah. Or you can get 6 grand a month forever. Which one is better? I like that example where they say, if somebody said to you, I'll give you 1 cent a day compounding for 30 days, or 1 million Rand today, which one would you take? Everybody would take the one. No. I mean, you guys are you guys, I was looking at you. You were like, 1 million. I'll take the 1 million today. The 1 cent a day compounding every day is like 6 million in the last day. But what we do, we see the WhatsApp. Those ones, I like them. They're always black with the gold gilding around the edges. And there's the picture of the Mediterranean holiday and the car, the ladies. And there's a guy lying on a bed full of cash, swinging his arms. You know, snow angels, the snow angels, but in money, okay, on his bed. You see them? I've seen all of them. I have seen all of them. And it says just 5,000 Rand to start, and after 3 months, you'll be rich. And how many people do you think join these things? Everyone, because you've all done it. I know you've all done it. Okay? How come you're all here this morning? Where's your Mediterranean and cars? And they say to you, no, but I'm earning 600,000 Rand a week. Really? Those people have joined DuePoint. And I know a lot of our wealth engineers have asked them, hang on a second, why are you joining DuePoint? You earn 600,000 Rand a week over there. Oh, no, I was just getting 30 Rand a week. Because it's not real. Here we talk real. Real earnings. 6,000 Rand a month is more than any fake promise on your WhatsApp or Facebook. 6,000 Rand a month is life-changing for you. But that might not be enough for you. You might want more. That's fine. We have everybody across the spectrum here at DuePoint. Go to our YouTube channel. Go watch their testimonies. We hide nothing. This is a public company regulated by more than 8 regulators these days. Used to be 8, it's about 10 now. I won't get into the reasons why that, but nonetheless, when taxes go up, you know what's happening. Folks, this is not like any business you've seen before. It's not. It's certainly not one of those things. No, but this is another one of those things. That's not what DuePoint is. DuePoint is the only wealth creation company in South Africa today. Go and earn what you want. Take back control and start creating a different future for yourself. That's only the first way we create wealth for you. The second way we create wealth for you is far more exciting, although it's not quite as perpetual as the returns program. We call it our XP Rewards training program, and we teach you. We're going to teach you without charging you. We're going to teach you how to become a social entrepreneur, how to create wealth for yourself, and how to get to know what's happening in the economy that you live in. As you complete the steps in the XP Rewards program, we reward you with XP points. They're experience points. And as you gain experience points and your channel grows, we rank you up. You start feeling progress in your life. That's something South Africans don't feel. We feel trapped. We all feel trapped in our circumstances. We get you to break free through our XP Rewards program. And as you rank up, we start to reward you with cash. Cash all the way, growing on every rank. At rank 5, we give you a toolkit, a full business toolkit, where you can have all the things you need to help you connect South Africans to us. These individual items, you can buy here afterwards individually if you'd like. And you can order them from client services, and we'll have them delivered to you wherever you are in the country. But at rank 5, we give you the kit. Then at rank 7, we give you a 20,000 Rand set of gold-gilded, imported, custom-made business cards for you. Not printed, that's gold gilding. Go find a rank 7 or above this morning, and they will show you what a gold-gilded business card looks like. They're the only ones that I know of in the country. And when you give somebody that card, they connect to DuePoint. And then at rank 9, for those of you who put the 2 ingredients in. What are the 2 ingredients? Time and numbers. You can't put 1,000 people in today and expect to be wealthy. I promise they'll all be gone tomorrow. But if you put the 1,000 people in over time, then you will have created wealth. And in addition, you will have achieved rank 9. And at rank 9, we give you and your family a holiday every year for the rest of your life. All you need to do is maintain your channel size. No requalifying every year. This is not one of those things. And it's not one of those things where we promise you a great holiday and then give you an MSC cruise to the Portuguese islands with bread and water, which is what I have seen many people, and force you to requalify. And you don't go by yourself, because you will have worked hard to get to rank 9. And so there might have been sacrifices you needed to make. Your family might not have seen you on a Saturday morning because you were building. You skipped the ballet lessons and the soccer matches and the cricket matches because you were building. And as a result, we reward you and your family. 5-star, business class, all expenses paid. You do not pay anything. Ask any of our rank 9s. They leave their wallets behind when we go on these trips. And it's for a week, and it's in December. You know, it's not in the middle of the year where everyone's at school and all of that nonsense. No, it's out there after the school holidays. Everybody's ready to come, and it's every year. And as a result, I can show you real footage. We've been going for years, guys. Nothing that I've said this morning we haven't delivered on. Every promise we've made, we've already delivered at DuePoint. And instead of giving you those fake pictures with the gold edges and the Mediterranean, we can show you the real thing, ladies and gentlemen. And so for those of you who put the time and energy in and commit to a different future, this is what your Decembers will look like. Not too bad. It's a compilation of a few trips we've done over the years. Every year there's new Rank 9s that join us, new family members. That's the actual children of the Rank 9s. It's not like actors. We've been accused of that before because, when you're trying to compare your overseas toiletry business to us, you've got to get nasty about us because there's no ways you can compare it to DuePoint. Folks, none of these people are actors. They've all worked very hard. How long did it take them to get to Rank 9? Well, the fastest guy was this guy over here, 5 months. Would you like to be with us in 5 months? We are going at the end of this year. As Rob said yesterday, we paid for all the rooms, the deposits down and the air tickets, but we easily can expand on that. If you'd like to join us, we'll get some more tickets and get some more rooms. We know where we're going. It's a new hotel every year. Every year. It's a new location. And what do our Rank 9s know that you don't know? Well, on the 1st of January, they knew they had a holiday booked already at the end of this year. Can you imagine that sensation? Instead of having to make a New Year's resolution on the 1st of every year, you go, this is a good year because I'll be going to a new location at the end of this year with my family. How hard will you cling to the past? What will dissuade you from doing something that will change your circumstance forever? Will those that you connect and never take a product or don't pay dissuade you? Will those that laugh at you or mock you or tell you that this is like another one of those things dissuade you? People say to me, Brendan, this business is so hard. And I go, really? Is it harder than your job? How many of you got easy jobs? Like easy, like you go there and it's just easy. But you go there every single day, don't you? You're going to go back on Monday, aren't you? And do it again. Why don't you quit that job? Because it's hard. Folks, creating wealth is never easy. What does it say in the Bible? It was the curse. You will work and the thorns and thistles will rise up and strangle the work you have done. We don't get to escape hard work in this world. But what's the difference? The one is making you poorer and the other one makes you wealthy. Put the time in, put the effort in, and any one of these things can be yours. There is no selection. I'm not going to stand at the door here and go, you can do it, but you can't. And you can do it, and you can't. No. But it'll be interesting. You'll self-select. You'll look at it and go, no, I can't do this. For whatever the reason might be. People are laughing at me. No one says yes. I've spoken to everyone. We have a great wealth engineer. He's a tall guy, a great personality. He often talks on stage with us. And his first 2 weeks with us, he sat down at the table with his wife, head on the table going, this thing doesn't work. I've spoken to everyone. They all said no. And his wife said to him, okay, let's just draw up a list of all the people you've spoken to. He'd spoken to 13 people. There are 57 million people. So his wife laughed at him and said, keep going. And of course he has. Don't talk to 20 people or 30 people and think that's the end. No. First of all, you haven't yet quite worked out how to do this. You need to practice. And if you keep going and get practice right, you can join us this year or next year or the year after. But this can be your reality. In rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It is not branded. It is not rented to you. It is not financed through us. And we don't give it to you and take it away. It's in your name. It's your car. Because it's a tool you'll use to create wealth with us. That's the first 11 of the 28 mapped ranks in our training program. We've only shown you the first third. What do you think is in the next 2/3? Folks, we create this wealth over the back of our products. We have 4 products. The first is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. So first is a tax-free investment account, and the second is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 every month, and we put it into your investment account so that you can start creating an asset for yourself before you've even connected your first person. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and for that you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no medical examinations, and no maximum age limits. Any South African of any circumstance can be a wealth engineer for us, with us, for less than 249 Rand a month. For less than 250 Rand a month. Folks, we have people say to us, that's too much money. And I go, really? Well, let's do a few calculations. First of all, convert it into any hard currency. Have you done that? How many US dollars is 249 Rand? How many pounds is 249 Rand? But more importantly, let's take it closer to home. How much are you spending on your DSTV every month? How much are you spending on alcohol every month? How much are you spending on takeaways every month? No, I don't have any money. Excellent. Cut back on takeaway, and all of a sudden you'll have 249 Rand. What did we see the other day? The tax on a 50-litre petrol tank is 289 Rand. So when you fill your 50-litre tank of petrol in your car, 289 Rand of it is tax. 249 Rand, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely nothing for a future that is completely different than the one you have now. Make a plan. Change your budget. What does Patrick always say to me? He talks to people, and South Africans say to me, you know what the problem with DuePoint is? Premium. I'm like, why was that a problem? No, because you have to be self-disciplined enough to pay it every month. You see, what we like about the groceries is we just pay cash once, and then and that's it. Folks, that doesn't make you richer. That makes you poorer. We want something that makes you richer. Premium is not a problem. It is the solution to wealth creation in South Africa. Change your mindset. Not only do you get wealth creation at DuePoint, you get the finest products in their categories, reducing your risk and giving you control again in your economy. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It gives you a whole host of options starting at 299 Rand a month. Firstly, funeral cover. South Africans like funeral cover. We've got it. You can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rand worth of cover, whether you want 5 family members or 10 family members on the plan with you. But more importantly, you, as the principal policy holder, get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when you die, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that your family don't have to. You find me another funeral cover in South Africa that'll settle debt when you die. You won't find one. You won't find one. I love it when people say to me, yeah, but Brendan, I've got products like this elsewhere. I go, that's great. Do any of them create wealth for you? No. Rather just say to the person, no thanks, I don't want to do this. That would be more honest than trying to compare. Our products are the best in their categories in South Africa today. And our fourth product is our Buyers Club. It's our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It costs 299 Rand a month to be a member. As a member, you get access to all of our suppliers. Some of them will give you amazing discounts. And when I mean amazing, I mean properly amazing. We've got motor manufacturers that can give you up to 90,000 Rand off the price of your car. We've got cell phone distributors in here that will give you 10, 20% discount on your airtime and your data. Some of you will say, but Brendan, I don't have data. Fantastic. Hook up with our Wealth Points program and you can get 20% off your data purchases. Others will give you VIP services, account managers, etc. This product is designed to reduce your monthly expenditure, giving you control again. Everything at DuePoint designed to give you control of your economy again. Folks, every one of these videos, these products has a video. Go and watch that training video. It's on our website, it's on YouTube. Go and do it. Don't be afraid of the internet. Go and do it. Watch the videos. And once you've watched the videos, you'll know how these work. We still get the odd person who calls in and asks our client service ladies to explain the product to them. Our client service ladies won't. They will tell you on the phone, go and watch the video. It's why we made the video, so that you can have complete and accurate knowledge of every product that you have every time that you watch it. Folks, in addition to all of that, this year in 2019, we've really laid the challenge down to South Africans. It's election year. People want change. That lady I spoke to, she wanted change so badly, she believed that after the elections, life would be different. Folks, we can do that for you here at DuePoint. In 365 days, we call it the 365 challenge. In 365 days from the day you join, no one is ever prejudiced at DuePoint. From the day you join, your 365 days start. In those 365 days, if you can connect 365 people to us, that's one person a day. Do you think you can click your phone 3 times once a day? I think you can. If you can do that for 365 days and get 365 people in, then at the end of this challenge, we'll give you the equivalent value of 1.25 million Rand. 1.25 million. How many of your jobs are promising you 1.25 million Rand this year? I know it's less than 0.5%. SARS statistics tell me it. The tax man tells me less than 0.5% of South Africans earn more than R1 million a year. And we're saying every South African can get R1 million worth of value this year if they stop clinging to the past and start building a new future. That's what we've got to do. We have to move forward as South Africans. There are no saviors. You've seen the posters. None of them are saviors. We've got to do it ourselves. If you can connect one person a day and not worry about whether people laugh at you, whether they pay, whether they don't, forget about that. Just get to the 57 million South Africans and connect them. Then at the end of your 365 days, we'll give you a check for 365,000 Rand. This is not an undelivered promise. This is something you can rely on. This is a trustworthy statement. A check for 365,000. We know from the mathematics that your 365 people that you'd connected will have grown you a channel. That channel will be bigger than rank 9, which means that in the next 365 days, you will come with us on a rank 9 trip. It'll be bigger than rank 11, which means that in the next year, maybe for the first time in your life, you'll get your very own brand new car. But more importantly than all of that, we're in the business of wealth, which means that your channel on our returns program will be earning you, we estimate, somewhere between 40 and 50,000 Rand a month. What did you have to do? You had to connect one person a day. Not every day. You can do them in groups. Maybe you can only do Saturdays. Bring 7 people on a Saturday. Get it done. But you had to connect 365 people, one a day on average. That's all we asked you to do. It was not a difficult task. And after a year, you were earning 40 to 50,000 Rand a month, 500 to 600,000 Rand a month. We have got South Africans that are doing this. We were talking on Friday about one of our wealth engineers that connected 7 people. 7 successful connections to their first point in 24 hours. There are people at DuePoint that will get this at the end of 2019. There will be. You will see their pictures up. We will have it on our YouTube channel, on our website. You will see them. Will you sit and look at them and go, that could have been me? Will you sit and look at it and go, yes, but I wanted a job? Or will you sit and look at it and go, the task was too hard? How would you like to have the value of 1.25 million Rand at the end of this year? How would your future have changed if that was you? It's there for you. We'll help you month by month as well. We run what's called an Achiever Challenge. And the Achiever Challenge says, just connect 10 people a month to us. Make sure that they have paid by the end of the calendar month. And if they've done that, we'll give you a 5,000 Rand bonus every month. Every month that you connect 10 people to us. If you connect 20 people to us, we'll give you a 10,000 Rand bonus every single month. If you connect 30 people to us, we'll give you a 15,000 Rand bonus every single month. If you can connect a person a day, like the 365 challenge, every month, you can earn an additional 180,000 Rand by the end of this year. Most of you don't earn 180,000 Rand. You could earn that as bonus on top of your returns and rewards here at DuePoint. And this thing resets, the Achiever Challenge resets every month. On the first of every month, you've got another month ahead to connect 10, 20, or 30 people. Every single month. What more can we lay out for South Africans? What more can we offer? How long will you be here for? This morning, did you promise someone to come here just because you're their friend? And you have absolutely no intention of doing anything? Did they promise to take you to lunch afterwards, and that was the only reason you came? Did they promise to pay your petrol? And that was the only reason you came. Having watched the presentation this morning, are you going to continue down the path that you're on? Or is today the day your path changed directions? These are the questions you've got to ask yourself today. To become a wealth engineer is very easy, ladies and gentlemen. You go to our website, DuePoint.net. Watch the videos, read the pages, download the policy documents. They're all there for you before you've clicked on anything. We are open book here. It's not some kind of hidden thing. And then click join or reply. It'll take you less than 3 minutes to fill out the form, and you are a wealth engineer. Not a single cent having passed from your pockets today. This is good news for the gentleman in the room. You see, the gentleman in the room always say, I need to go and talk to my spouse. Okay, now when you're committing money, you know you better speak to your spouse. Today you are not committing to a financial decision, which means that this is a very rare day for you gentlemen. You can make a decision without going back to your spouse, because you're not going to be committing them. Today, this afternoon, you can pick this tool up. And this weekend, you can start creating wealth for yourselves. Go do the research. Go onto the JSC's website. Look us up under Conduit Capital. You'll find us there. Go to Constantia's website. Read our financial statements. Find out who our directors are. Look at our BEE status, if that's what you require. It's all there. Go to the FSCA's website and find our licenses. Long-term, short-term, and our FSP licenses. You're dealing with a 7-decade-old listed insurance company. Do whatever you need to do, but do not allow yourself to walk away today without this tool in your hands. This Tuesday is our next Tell All Tuesday. It's the day that we bring people up from around the country and we put them on our stage. And we get them to tell us how they're building their wealth with us here. It is the most impactful day of the month every month. It should be, wealth engineers, it should be in your diaries already. If it isn't, put it in now. Tuesday night, if you were getting married on Tuesday night, cancel it. Tuesday night, 6:30. If you're in Joburg, you're in this room. Otherwise, we send people out to fetch you. If you're outside of Joburg, then you're watching us live on Tuesday night. We got a whole host of new people. We'll have one of our most senior wealth engineers on stage as well, giving 365 tips again, as we're doing every month at the moment. You cannot afford to miss it. You cannot. And it is the perfect evening for guests. You got difficult guests. You know the ones that know better? There's always the friend that knows better about everything. Tuesday night. That's the night you bring them here. This is the night you want them in this room or watching us live outside of Joburg. Guys, book it in. 11:30 today. That's in 30 minutes' time. I'm going to be broadcasting again out of this room techniques on how to create wealth quickly here at DuePoint. If you want your life changed in the next 12 months, you need to be in this room at 11:30. It'll be 45 minutes with me. It'll be the most valuable 45 minutes you spend this entire weekend. Here I will teach you the mechanics of this business, and we'll teach you how to grow your wealth quickly. We don't want you to dawdle. We don't want you to take 5 years to get there. We want you to be there in 5 months. We want you to be there in 15 months. At 11:30, come back into this room. At 11:30, tune back into the broadcast. Go lock the doors now. Don't let your guests go. 11:30, put them back in the room with you. And let's work out how to create wealth quickly here at DuePoint. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that, and I hope that, I've been able to explain to you why we have hope and why we have excitement here at DuePoint. When I drove around this morning looking at those posters, I went, you know what the difference between us and the politicians are? We deliver. We deliver. I'm not talking about South Africa. I'm talking globally. Politicians globally are just full of promises. It's not unique to South Africa, not at all. I'm just saying that when I drove around this morning and I saw all the posters, I went, you know what, this morning I'm going to go to work and I'm going to deliver on the promises that we make. And that gives me hope. If you've got questions, come and ask me afterwards outside at reception. Otherwise, during the week, call our client service team. 8 until 5, Monday through Friday. They'll answer any of your questions. Call in. But let's get out there, pick this tool up, and this weekend. Guys, tomorrow's Sunday. I always marvel. Sunday's the perfect day to be signing people up. But on Sundays, people are hiding. Don't hide. Tomorrow, you've got time. Wherever you are. I'm going to church. Fantastic. That's 500 people waiting to find out about DuePoint. Perfect. Without technology, you're right there with it. Today and tomorrow, flat out. Why? Because Monday, you're back at your job getting poorer again. Sucking up your time. So use today and use tomorrow. And let's start creating some wealth. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you at 11:30. And you guys, I'll see you outside. Thank you.